Hello, 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 hello. My name is Chef Terry, and welcome to the Chef's Table. Today is a very special and exciting day because today is the day I get to talk about why I'm so passionate about what I do, why I love cooking so much. Now, it's ironic because I don't have the same feeling that majority of the chefs do. I don't have a fantastic story about my mother was this wonderful cook and I was in the kitchen watching her cook, or I don't have an uncle or a cousin that owned a restaurant and took me under their wing and I became a chef that way, godfathered in. My passion for cooking is that instant gratification. Let me explain to you what I mean by instant gratification. It's the same feeling that a musician gets when he walks out on stage and the crowd just goes, ah! It's the same feeling that an athlete would get when he steps out on the court or she steps out on the field. And the crowd is like, that's their favorite player, and they're screaming at their favorite player, and they got on their favorite player's jersey. It's that feeling that I'm talking about, that I hold on to so much and so dear. And being that it's so temporary, you have to always keep going. You have to always do it, right? Because just like anything else, just like a musician, you're only as good as your last song. Just like an athlete, you're only as good as your last shot or goal. The same rules apply to singers. It's the same rules apply to chefs. It's like we're only as good as our last product. You may have this fantastic dish that we prepare for you today, and then tomorrow you still remember it, but now you're ready for something else, something new, something different. And our job is to make sure that you stay in that area, right? That's our job. And when I say that area, this area around me, that's what I'm talking about. There's no reason for you to go to nobody else because I can give you everything that everybody else can do. I can provide you with whatever type of dish, meal, soup, entree, appetizer. It's all right here, baby. It's all right here. And what's weird is, when it comes to cooking or when it comes to food, it's like so amazing the connection that we have with so many different things out there. Perfect example. Let's think about, let's say like your favorite movie. In your favorite scene in that movie. Let's say Jerry Maguire. Show me the money! You know what I'm talking about? Or that scene with Zellweger, tear, 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 you had me at hello. Those scenes were great scenes in the movie, and you know why? Because they were full. They did those scenes right after lunch. You see what I'm saying? It's just like watching a movie, and you're thinking, wow, the acting is really bad. And it's like, no, the acting isn't bad. It's just they're hungry. They didn't call Chef Terry. If Chef Terry was there, everybody'd be up there raising the roof. Even if it was a horror movie, a scary movie, the acting would be the bomb. Bring Chef Terry in there. Watch Chef Terry bring the people. Everybody's acting fantastic. That's why I love this profession that I'm in. It changes moods. It could take the hardest criminal. It could take the most thuggish person out there in the world. And get this person, and he's all rough and tough, and you put that little dish that was in his face, like when he was a child, and watch him turn into a little baby for that brief moment in time. Food changes people. It changes lives. Think about how you feel when you're hungry, and think about how you feel when you're not. The moods are one extreme to another. Most people, when they're hungry, they're borderline bipolar. It's crazy how this profession that I've chosen could change lives. And what else is great about this profession is you know, when you have like let's say if you're a true player, right? I'm not talking about one of them dudes that call themselves a player. I'm talking about a true player, like them Donald Trump type dudes or James Bond, Puffy. When you got that smooth dude, that suave player, and he sees the girl that he wants, now she's beautiful, and she's had 1,000 guys approach her already, what's gonna make you different? This is what separates the real players from everybody else. Now, bear with me for a minute, just hear me out. Is when this guy approaches that female, she's heard these stories 1,000 times before. And he goes there and he says the right thing to her, saying the things that he loved, and all the things that she loved, and you just talking, everything's going great. What's going to happen somewhere along the way, she's going to realize that, you know, you're doing the same thing that everybody else does till you take her out to dinner, right? Because, you know, the inevitable part of it is we all got to eat. So when you take her out to dinner, you don't take her to McDonald's. You don't take her to Burger King like all them other dudes were planning on doing, Marie Callender's. No, you're taking her to some place like the 808 at Caesar's Palace or Spago's in L.A. Those are the type of places that you're taking her to. That way, when a guy like me walks out, I got my chef whites on, I got my chef hat on, and it's like we're just talking, having a great time, mingling with the people, and so she's not even ready for what's about to come her way. Now, I've been told that food is orgasmic. That's what I was told. So, having this, you know, and I'm not talking about oysters, you know, the aphrodisiac oysters. I mean, that works for some people, never worked for me, right? So, all I'm saying is, when you with that person, and they're there, and you walk out and you present this plate of food, set it down right in front of her. First thing she's going to do is look at you, then she's going to look down at the plate, then she's going to look at her date, and she's like, really? This little itty-bitty whatever, little canapé thing? Seriously? So she cut into it, and then when she put it in her mouth, the very first thing that's going to happen is, it's going to be just like when, you know, we all saw that movie Ratatouille, where, you know, the food critic cut into the ratatouille, and soon when he put it in his mouth, he went all the way back to when he was a child, right? And that whole feeling happens when this man took this girl out to this place, because she knows Chef Terry's there, that Chef Terry's going to bring it on home. And so when Chef Terry put that plate in front of her, and then she eats it, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're on to date number 2. Now, it could have went terribly wrong, but we're on to date number 2, as opposed to, oh, that's just some guy that I met at this thing. Just paraphrasing. Now, cooking, to me, it goes a whole lot further than just the idea of, you know, cooking vegetables and meats and all those things, putting it all together. I mean, there's a connection there that we have with just about everything in the world. The food profession is the only profession that allows you to touch and connect everything, because food is the one thing that everybody needs, right? Even, why do you think the Food Network is as big as it is? Why do you think these restaurants, fast food restaurants, are as big as they are? You know, because there's a lot of people out there to get that instant gratification like I'm looking for. When I go out to eat, I go out for service. I want that instant service. I don't want to know about the person that took 10, 15 minutes to cook it. No, I want to know about you bringing bread to my table. I'm thinking about, you know, all the things, you know, you filling my drinks and all that instant gratification that we all look for, that we're all in search for. And I just happen to find it in cooking. Some people find it in painting. Some people draw. Some people sing. I cook. And that's where I find my instant gratification. That's where my passion comes from. That's where my love is, and that's why I've chosen this profession, or this profession have chosen me. Because I believe that in order to find true happiness, you got to believe in something. And I believe in this and God. But you have to believe in something. And this is just want to let you know that. Appreciate your time. Enjoy your day. Remember, stay hungry, and I look forward to feeding you soon.